Hello everyone, my name is Zoofluencer and welcome back to this franchise zoo called Veluwe Zoo in Planet Zoo. That was a lot of zoos in one sentence, but anyway, today I will be finishing up this building because you can see, there's something missing on the back and this inside was not done yet. In a few minutes I will start that, but first we have to take care of our zoo because this is a franchise one, so I need to do a little bit more than just building stuff. Okay, so these guys are going to fight. Let's see. Okay, so they got two of them pregnant and then they decided to start fighting. So I got my first albino animal. That's really a first. Okay, that's okay, thank you for that. He just wanted to show that albino poop is still brown, so tell you as well. I'm going to sell this albino one. I'm gonna make someone else happy with it. Yeah, let's do that. As you can see, right now I got like 1815 conservation credits, which is quite a lot. Okay, why do I have to click 5 times before it's doing anything basically? But anyway, okay, 15 conservation credits. Oh, that was really cheap for albino one, wasn't it? 20, 30, let's make it 50. Alright, we got some research done as well, the classical theme. And let's get started with difficult. Which one should we do? Let's go for the East Asia. What happened here? Really, what happened here? Holy shit. Will this work? Why not? Alright, this is easy. There you go. There you go. And you just got yourself a new fence. And everyone is happy. See? Except for him. He looks disappointed. But let's get a mechanic in here. Kathleen. Again. She was doing the research, of course. So that's why she didn't bother to repair any fences and just let the African wild dogs escape. But anyway. Let's say hi to parse error in guessing. Hello. Oh, there's a random door over there, but let's just... Okay, that was too much. Look at them. They look just happy. Enrichment, there's not enough toy enrichment for the African wild dog, so let's make that happen for them. Species, African wild dog. The prey scented sack. That's a good name. Something else. But anyway, let's blend it in. Alright. Perfect. Another pregnant one. Alright, let's release them to the wild. I feel good now. Alright, so I think this building is ready to go now. Alright, so we switched back to a time lapse, and I already mentioned that in my previous video, so I will start off with some real-time gameplay and managing of my zoo, but that was not really a lot to do in this episode, and then I will switch back to a time lapse. I only speed up this time lapse more or less 6 times because I still want you guys to be able to follow what I'm doing, so it's a bit different from my regular speed builds, which I normally speed up like 8 to 10 times, so that's why. So in my previous video I already started on this building, and I also mentioned and I also put a picture of this building in the video, and I actually found this one while I was just googling the Veluwe, and I thought it looked nice and I wanted to copy it more or less in the game. And then a lot of viewers and some people on Reddit as well recognize the building as being Radio Kootwijk, and that one apparently had a little history, so I did some research on that, and apparently this building was built in 1922, and that was part of a radio telegraphic broadcasting station. And yes, I did put these words in Google Translate because I would never come up with radio telegraphic broadcasting station. But this building was mostly used as a communication between the Netherlands and the Dutch colonies in Indonesia. So yeah, that's that was a little history about this building, and I will put another picture in the video right now of the inside of the building that I found, and that's what I'm trying to build right now with these art pieces or art shapes. As you can see, you will have some kind of columns in the middle, or going from the edge of the building towards the middle, and I'm trying to copy that one into this build because I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible. So because a lot of people are recognizing this building, I didn't want to screw it up completely for them. So I do want to people to still recognize this building. So I'm trying to color these art shapes into the right color, but it didn't look good. So then I started back on these concrete shapes, and I'm just building the exact same thing from the concrete, and it does blend in a little bit better with the limestone. It's a shame that we don't really have these kind of limestone pieces, and if you do, just let me know, because I'm still trying to discover these pieces in the game, and that's actually also why I want to make this zoo completely different from Monkey Island. And well, if you didn't see Monkey Island yet, make sure you check that one out as well. It's my regular speed build zoo, basically a sandbox zoo. So I will put a link to the playlist in the description if you didn't check it out yet. And maybe some people already know, but I did update my Steam Workshop finally. So some of the builds from Monkey Island are in there. You can find me on the Steam Workshop if you just look for Zoofluencer, and you will find most of the buildings, not all the habitats that I built, because some of them are just too difficult to put into the Steam Workshop. But anyway. Because I did want to earn some money, since it is a franchise zoo, I put some exhibits in this building, and while I was building this, I finally decided what I wanted to do with the inside. So not only copying everything in, but I wanted to give it a twist. So basically I want to get the idea that this part of the Veluwe has been rebuilt to a zoo. And this building is actually used in the zoo. So right now I'm putting in the first exhibit animals, and I decided to create some kind of desert area, or not really an area, but more like in a desert exhibit in this building. So I will only use the exhibit animals that will transfer, or how should I say it? It will make it look like a desert inside this exhibit, because if you use some of the other ones, it will turn into more like a jungle feeling, and I only using the grassland or desert animals for these exhibits. I'm trying to blend in everything, and also focus a little bit on the education. I really have the goal that I want to get a 5-star rating in the end when this zoo is finished, so you guys can actually learn something as well about all the management and about all the animals and the welfare and stuff like that. So it's not only a speed build, it's not only a real time, but I really want to get the perfect franchise zoo running here. And I also want to mention that you can actually build some creative things in the franchise zoo as well, because once you get the money, you can basically build whatever you want. And right now I'm still earning a lot of money. You won't see my money going down or anything. Yes, of course, when I put the pause button and I start building like crazy, my money will go down. But I did a little bit of like managing and selling some animals and putting some new ones in to make sure there's no inbreeding. And after like playing for 15 or 20 minutes, I already got like $250,000, and I started on like 200,000, I guess, when this episode started. So I'm still earning a lot. And I did find out that these exhibit animals actually make a lot of money, so it was a good choice to start off with these. But in the next episode we will finally start on some new habitats to make sure that we can actually earn a little bit more money with that. Because once you get new animals in, you will earn a little bit more, because you will get more people towards your zoo. And but a little bit about this build. So I already mentioned I wanted to create like a desert exhibit, and somehow it didn't feel right without some plants or anything in it. So I decided to cover up the top of these exhibits with some desert plants and putting some lights in, because still I try to get some realism in this build. And it still did feel too empty, so I decided to put more plants in. So I'm starting off with these fences. Somehow I really like these fences. It make it look modern, and it does feel like something that would have been used in a real zoo. And again, putting some education in there to get that 5-star rating. Somehow in the end, I really tried to focus on that education, because I didn't get that right in my very first franchise zoo. So I tried to put education in anywhere I can to get that 5-star rating. So I'm doing the same thing on both sides, putting the education, putting some rocks in there to make it look better, and use the same cactus plants everywhere. So to get that same feeling all over the building, I decided to do the same thing in here. So I had to remove the roof that I put in earlier, and I had to put that a little bit higher than I wanted, because somehow the logo of the staff room and the other building came through, and I didn't like that. So, but if you cover it up with rocks, that's no issue at all. So that's a good thing. So I could do exactly what I wanted with this building. And you could see me using these trims a lot that I just put in, and somehow that I really like that piece, and it makes everything look a lot better. You can really use it anywhere, basically on top of the wall, on the bottom of the wall. I think you can see me using it later as a trim on the bottom, I think on the outside, and also as a decoration on the outside. I really like that piece a lot. So that's a good one that I actually discovered that one while building this. Again, more education, and putting some cactus plants in there. And it was too big to completely remove the path. So yeah, the guests will walk through it probably. Hopefully it doesn't look too weird in the end, but I didn't really see it. So yeah. I did see a lot of people throwing the trash around my zoo, so I really tried to put in more trash cans and some bins and some benches for all the people to sit down and have a rest and basically have a look at the animals, get more education for the flamingos, and then I finally start on the outside of the building. So I'm copying this part from the front to the back, because I really like the same feeling from the front on the back as well. Finishing it up with the same limestone wall, and then I'm not sure what I'm doing here because you could just use it for meter pieces. I'm still struggling with the grid sometimes. Somehow with this building, every time when I click the group edit, it switches to a 0 grid height, and it doesn't work the way I want it. So yeah, you will see me struggling with that a little bit. But trying to get the paths around this building. Of course, I'm going to remove the habitats that are on the back of it. So one by one, I tried to get the paths right. And I think in the end, I almost got it as I would like it to be in the end. And right now, I'm putting down the decoration the same way as the front of the building, and I'm putting in some shops to get some extra money in as well, and just to make this building a little bit more functional for you guys once it's up in the Steam Workshop. I try to put it in a Steam Workshop once I upload this video, and so you can directly download it and use it in your own zoo. You will see me leaving these two spaces empty, and I think once you see the cinematics in the end, there will be a few shops in there, because I still needed to do some extra research on that, because I only had like one drink shop you can use, which was not enough. I didn't want to put the same stores in the building, or basically two of the same one in the same building. That would be a little bit weird, so I decided to not do that. So again, these same trims all over the building, I really love those. And putting down these pillars as well, copying it to cover up these windows. As you can see, I did something with the windows. Normally it's like a complete square, and I put these what you call it, I don't know, like a bow ball. That's a good name for it. But there's nothing to cover up the sides of it, so I had to go for this solution, and right now I'm copying and pasting everything towards the other side, making sure the pillars look good on the other side as well, and putting a little bit more decoration in here. This is actually grid piece, so that works perfectly. Trying to get everything perfect. This is a really easy piece, and somehow it looks really good. And using the same windows as the front of the building, and copying it back again, of course, making sure everything is on the same height, and using the same piece. It's really easy to use. I love that one. So right now I'm starting on the outside area, and I did a lot of thinking about how to do this outside area. One of my viewers, and I also had the same idea, told me, okay, you have to get like a flower garden on the side. And actually I also thought, yeah, I could also make it look already like the Veluwe, blend it a little bit in. And the people who know the Veluwe, it's more, it has a lot of forest, but it also has a lot of outside areas with a lot of sand, and you should probably Google it, or I will put a little bit more images in my next video maybe. But I decided to go for this, so I put down some trees and some rocks, and already try to blend it in with the area. And I'm really just experimenting with these trees, and I finally decide that I will remove some of the bigger ones, because they basically almost cover up the building completely, so you don't really see it in the end. Trying to put down the fence, but I thought, yeah, these fences are a little bit too big, and I didn't like the look of that. So right now I decide to basically put it down into the ground, which make it look a lot better, because it's not really a fencing to keep animals from escaping, but just to make sure people don't walk into this area, and just keep it free from all the people, basically. So you will see me putting this the fence around the entire building, basically, and that's more or less the end of the video, and I really hope you enjoyed this one. And of course, as usual, there will be some cinematics in the end to show you guys the entire build. Sorry, again, I really hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button, and if you didn't do it already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on any new content from this zoo and from Monkey Island, of course. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye!